Hey everyone, it's Kathy and welcome back here on my YouTube channel and back here in my craft room. It's so good to be back. I was out of town this past week, as many of you know, and I went for my granddaughter's graduation. It was absolutely a wonderful occasion with family, and I'm glad to be back. You know, it's always good to go, but it's always good to come back home. So I have my name of my channel. I have my host code. This host code will go through Wednesday the 31st of May, and there is my address for my Stampin' Up website, but all of that is also linked in the description below and also on my blog. So if you haven't checked my blog out, be sure to do so. Anything that I announce from Stampin' Up, for example, we are getting ready to have a paper sale. Now, a paper sale, I went through and I pulled all of the different ones that are on sale, and it's all of our designer series paper. Not so much the specialty papers that's on 127, but the ones that starts on 129. These are all on sale for 15% off the whole month of June. So starting June 1st through June 30th, you can grab any of these papers, the designer series papers, for 15% off. And on my blog I have listed the number, the name of the paper, and also how much it is with the 15% off. So that's all on my blog for you. So go check that out. Today's video is going to be another installment of I Didn't Know I Needed to Know That. And what we're going to talk about is the Take Your Pick tool. I think it's one of the most used and yet overlooked tools that Stampin' Up sells. So when you decide to purchase a Stampin' Up pick, it will come in a box like this, and when you open up your box, you will pull out a tray that has your Take Your Pick tool with a putty end. You'll have a protective covering over one end, and this one has your little pick end and a spatula end. And then you'll get two more tips that are, well, you get a refill for your putty, which is another refill for this end. And that putty helps you pick up sequins or gems or whatever and place them small cut flowers. Y'all have seen me use mine many times if you have followed my channel. This is also another piece that goes into here that can make this a stylus tool. So you can use this for scoring, for making like maybe little dots on your paper. You can roll your flowers in the center of your hand or on a piece of foam and make them curl up. And you have two sizes. You have a smaller tip and a larger tip. And again, this is absolutely a tool that every crafter needs to have in their arsenal. Now, not only do we have the Take Your Pick tool, we have accessories for it. And what prompted me to do this video today, we have another whole set of new tools that goes to the Take Your Pick. So this is what I want to show you. But before I do, this was the next thing that came, and it was the die brush. And the die brush comes in a box like this. And not only do you get the wonderful little brush that screws into the end of your Take Your Pick tool, you also get these two foam squares. Now, I'm not going to take these out of the plastic because this is a brand new set. I am going to bring out my old one and show you what it looks like, because I keep mine in a paper pumpkin box, and I put on it die cut brush and pads because that's what this is. And this is mine, and I put it in a box like this because when I put a die cut that I've already cut in here, I can take my brush, and I have a separate Take Your Pick for that, and I can run it over top of this foam. And what the foam does, it allows you to push the pieces in. When I'm finished, I do this. When my box gets too full, I'll take it to my trash can and dump it. And I keep this all in a box just like this so that I know exactly where it's at when I need to use it. Now, do you need to take your picks? No, you do not. I did it because I do a lot of videos and it keeps me from having to switch. But when you have this piece, it just literally screws in. So if I didn't have the extra one, what I would do is I would take my putty end off, and then I would just screw this piece in, oops, just like this. Tighten it down, and then there's your brush to use on your same take your pick, because very seldom are you going to need to use your brush and your putty end at the same time. You'll clean your dies up and then you can put that away and then bring that piece out. But this is a great, absolutely a great tool to have in your possession. And I'm going to show you the newest, which this is what prompted me to do this video. I wanted to show you the newest set of tools that we have for our Take Your Pick tool. And that is the Take Your Pick Crafter's Tips. And it comes with all 3 of these tips. And let's see, number 8, these are the refills for your putty. So whenever the putty runs out, you can get 2 replacements for that for $4. You can't beat that. So this one right here gives you these 3 tools, and I thought they were worth bringing out and showing to you. You have a perforation blade. This allows you to screw this onto the end of your Take Your Pick tool, and I'll show you how to use it. These pop right out just like that. You have a blade protector so you won't cut yourself on this, and then when you need to expose the blade, you push this back with your thumb, and then you have an exposed blade. This is sharp, so you need to be careful. I'm going to put the blade back with the cover over it while I'm screwing it in for my own protection. And if you notice, each one of these tools come with an instruction sheet. So now once you get that on there, you can pull this back. You can bring out your Stampin' Cut or your Stampin' Pierce mat, and I'm going to use the Pierce one, and a piece of cardstock, and I'm going to show you exactly how this works. If you needed to perforate something, you could bring your ruler and use your ruler to do it. But look at this. You can actually cut. You want to put your, and what that's going to do, it's going to give you a nice perforation, and then you have a place where you can tear these off. So just like that. So if you wanted to make some little tabs like on a card, say for example for your kid, maybe if you do this chore you will receive this reward. So maybe like a chocolate bar if you take out the trash, maybe $1 if you make your bed and clean your room up, things like that. But you can see how this will perforate the paper. I'm trying to keep it close to my ruler. And then you can just fold that over like that, and it will give you a place to tear that off at. So it's just a great way, and a lot of times we might want to do this on a card right up the edge of it, just to give it that look. Okay, well, I'm going to close that back up and take that one off. Now we have a craft knife. Everybody needs a good craft knife. I think it was ingenious of Stampin' Up! To come up with one that fits onto your Take Your Pick tool. So now you don't have to worry about an X-Acto knife. We have one. So I'm going to pull out a cutting mat so I don't scrape up my glass mat. And I'm going to lay this down. I'm going to show you how easy it is now to be able to cut. So I'm going to leave that right there in that corner, and I'm going to cut it. And that cuts that right off. So it's really super sharp, so make sure you keep that tip over it when you're not using it. Again, another great tool in this arsenal. This one is very unique because you get 2 ends. You get a very sharp needle point tip that is great. Sometimes the one that comes on our Take Your Pick tool, this one, let me show you the difference. This one is a lot bigger than this one. Sometimes when you're piercing your paper, you might want to have a sharper pinpoint. And when I say pierce your paper, let me get another little scrap and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Let's say this was we're going to get the piercing mat out for this one, because let's say you was wanting to pierce your paper like every, let's say every inch. Let's put this on here first. Well, maybe we keep that on. I hadn't played with these enough because I just got them. Okay, maybe this one goes on this end. Let's put the putty back on this one. Both of these screw in on this end, so I bet you this one goes here. Yep, exactly where it goes. So this is a good thing because we're learning as we go. So say, for example, you wanted to put your little dots along your card. This will give you the opportunity to do that, and you can make your own stitch marks. Or if you wanted to do, you know, you could use a ruler and mark them off so they would be perfectly even. Just so many different things you can do for this. I think this would be great for pulling up the tear and tape. Sometimes it's hard to get it up with this one because it is a little, I mean, we've all been using this for years, but now that we have a new one, how cool is that? And then look at this one. We actually have a hook. We have a little hook on this one, so if you needed to hook something or pull ribbon through, this would be a great thing. Remember the die I showed y'all on the, I mailed those cards out because it was on my Friday Live, and I showed you the die that actually cuts the place where you could pull the ribbon through. This will be perfect for pulling ribbon. So those are our 3 brand new tools for our new pieces. And I think it's great they have a tray, and everything fits back into your tray just like this, just like this. And you can store these in your drawer and you'll always know exactly where they're at. They fit in there perfect. You wouldn't even need to keep the box. I would just lay them in my drawer like this, or on your shelf wherever you keep your small tools like that. I think it's absolutely the greatest thing with all of the accessories we have for our Take Your Pick tool. So here we go. We have our, let's get it off of the mats and get it right here so we can see it. We have our Take Your Pick tool. We have our die brush and pads, and we'll pull those out and lay those right here. It's nice they give you 2 of those too. Wonderful. So there, your Take Your Pick, your second installment, which is your die brush and your pads, and then we have our Crafter's Essential, or what was it called? It is called the Take Your Pick Crafter's Tips, and I love that. So you can see from this that these all work so well together, and it's such a wonderful tool to always have at hand and ready to use. So that's the reason I did purchase another one of these to put this on, and it gave me extra tips for the one that I had. So that's where I have my extra little tips and different things to go on that, and I can't put my fingers on them right now, but I do have them in my drawer. So anyway, that is what I wanted to bring to you today. I didn't know I needed to know that, and all the new things for your Take Your Pick tool. So when I title this video, it's going to be everything I didn't know about the Take Your Pick tool. So wonderful tool set to have, and it's everything that a crafter would need. So I hope this has been a helpful video and that answers some of your questions about the Take Your Pick tool. And there are so many, absolutely so many uses for it. And I think if you pick up one of these, if you have this, you definitely want to add these 2 additions to the set. It is a wonderful set of tools to have in your craft room. I can't say it enough. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope that you found it useful, and I hope that you'll be blessed. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I know it's short and sweet, but I didn't have time to prepare anything, and I had been thinking that I wanted to do this video showing you this, and I thought this was the perfect opportunity for me to do that. Have a wonderful wonderful, beautiful, fabulous Tuesday. I hope everyone had a very safe and happy Memorial Day. It's been very gloomy here, but you know, we have to have a little rain to really enjoy the sunshine. So hopefully we'll have sunshine tomorrow and it'll be pretty the rest of the week. But as I always say in closing, let everything that you do and say bring glory to our Father in heaven. He is worthy. So until we craft next time, God bless and keep you. I will be back on Friday with a live, and there will be a recorded video up on Saturday, and then we will resume our regular schedule next week. A recorded video on Tuesday, a live video on Friday, and a recorded video on Saturday. So thanks again for watching. Go check my blog out, and don't forget about the fantastic paper sale starting June the 1st. God bless and keep you, and until next time, bye-bye.